Okay, you know what, actually? While I was eating my beautiful lunch I made for myself today, I watched a YouTube video about brain rot. Uh, I'm kidding, I'm kidding. I watched a video about brain rot, attention spans, and how we need to put more emphasis on learning. And of course, I agree with all these statements. And a big theme of this podcast is I come on here and I talk about the importance of learning and continuing to be a student of life, and how if you find something that interests you, learn everything you can about it, and, teach about it and seek community that finds that, there is such an important nugget of identity to be found in learning and continued education. At least for me, speaking for me personally. Growing up, education was a big part of like how I identify who I am. I pride myself on these pillars of my personality. One of those things is being smart. I like the feeling of being smart. When it comes, however, to social media and to algorithmic based interests and algorithmically curated media, and by that I mean, like things that are fed to you, like on TikTok, Instagram, whatever. Like, I'm not seeking that shit out. It just comes to me. And I guess you could say the same about YouTube. Obviously, there's a YouTube algorithm, but at least on YouTube, I go to YouTube to search shit mainly. And from there, of course, it recommends, like on the browse feature. These videos come up for me because I like some of the commentary channels that post these videos. And I can't remember her name, but she posted this one about how brain rot was like the official Oxford Dictionary word of the year for 2024, and how that really signals something about society, which I also want to talk about in a second, about fears, like sociological fears, and how monsters of the time are reflective of those fears. Monsters in media and creatures and, like things to fear. How there is a physical embodiment of all the taboos and maybe things that are shunned in that era of media, of society, in American society, of course. So all these things are very topical to me. And when it comes to shit like this, where obviously I Googled Atlas because I wanted to know. I click on all this shit. I go, okay, now I'm on a rabbit hole because this shit interests me. But there is like, I feel like there is a shackle around my waist where I start to run towards something and the shackle, like, it's like a dog collar. It like lurches me back. And it's like, you don't get, what about all this stuff over here? And I'm like, yeah, there's stuff over there. Hold on. Let me go back to this bullshit I was I wanted to know about. Like, leave me alone. Why are you I want to know about this. Because I clicked on it. And now I'm over here, dude. Like, shut up. It for real pisses me off, dude. It pisses me off. And I'm mad at myself because I pride myself on being smart. And when you are smart or identify as smart and you are fooled by something, someone, clickbait, whatever it is, we're all victim to it. It happens to the best of us. But I'm left with this residual feeling of like shame and embarrassment of like what I just did just there. Celestial spheres don't give a fuck. But I do give a fuck, right? Because learning about celestial spheres is something that in 5 years, I wish I could bring up in a conversation. Well, obviously, Plato and what's his name worked on the celestial spheres. Like, I have it's similar to maybe in high school or college, you would like learn a bunch of shit, not even learn, you would memorize a bunch of shit, dump it out on the test, and then never think about it ever again. I feel that way today. When I click on a Wikipedia link or a Google search that I actively sought out because I want to know, I don't remember it. Because halfway through, I'm like, I don't give a fuck. And that is so bad. And I'm actively, like, actually today, I'm making a decree to myself, enough. Enough. I have to fight through this. And then I watched this other YouTube video that was like, she was talking about how to rewire your brain into not even wanting to scroll. Like, scrolling will soon feel foreign because of these drastic yet slight changes. And by that, I mean like a long-term plan to drastically change your toxic relationship to social media. And while you can still engage with the media you like, I feel very fortunate because podcasts and, longer form content is a direct rebellion and reaction to this just inundation of short form media. I'll be watching a TikTok and I'm like, it hasn't even been 2 seconds. And I'm like, I know I'm not going to care about that. I didn't even give it a chance and I'm already scrolling. And also TikTok got rid of the feature where you can click not interested and it'll like the video as a whole you're not interested in. Now you have to go in and then select, I'm not interested in either this creator, this hashtag, or this, whatever the fuck it is. I don't even know. It's never that. It's like the whole I'm so pissed off. It is the whole concept of what this video represents. That you thought, TikTok algorithm, that I would like this. Fuck you, and I'm not interested. And I'm not even gonna watch this to the very end because I know I'm not interested, and so I click it, I want to hit not interested, and you used to be able to do that so you could train your algorithm, now you can't. Now I have to say I don't like this. It's nothing against the creator. It's nothing against the fucking hashtag. That's not the problem. The problem is the algorithm. And it's just getting worse and worse and worse. Every fucking video is creator earns commission, promoted. It's an ad. It's an unskippable ad. Or even the fucking videos that you can't do 2x on, which is a whole other thing. Why do I have to watch everything in 2x? I'm not retaining any of that. I'm not retaining any of that fucking information. Am I finding community here? I am so over it. I'm over it with myself. And I feel like this is an opportunity, like we're at a turning point with our relationship to social media. And it's a tricky thing, right? Because my job is on social media, but that doesn't mean I don't have fatigue from it, that I don't have fatigue as a consumer of social media. I love my job and I'm very, very grateful that this is what I get to do. There's nothing else in this world that would satiate my soul than doing what I do right now. But there are also things that you can critically call out of the severe issue with these platforms. Tumblr, Pinterest, Instagram, TikTok, everything that used to bring me joy as an internet user is so inundated with ads. And I understand people need to make money. Okay? Of course I get it. And again, I am a creator. The whole reason I get to do this job is because brands pay me money so that I can put that money into a set like the Broski Report set or the Royal Court set or, accommodating dealing with Hollywood. Like there has to be a reinvestment into your business, of course. But when it starts to affect like the actual usability of your app, and I'm looking at you, Pinterest, I love Pinterest. If you do that shit with an ad blocker, half, maybe 3/4 of the tiles are blacked out. They're blacked out because it's all ads. It's just so frustrating. It is so, and it's like a necessary evil. So when I sit down to watch these YouTube videos that are like, brain rot this, attention span that, whatever, and then I like actively try to rectify it, I feel like I'm in therapy. This is how I talk in therapy. Sorry, guys. Are y'all rocking with me? Are y'all fucking with me? When I try to rectify my relationship to and my behavior towards social media and my addiction to it, because I do have a tech addiction, duh, okay? I have a tech addiction, but it's like functioning. Because it has to be, because this is my job. It doesn't mean it's not an addiction, it is. When you try to rectify it and you get nowhere, or what I just ran into where I'm trying to rectify it and I get frustrated with myself because my attention span is telling me the shackle is pulling me back, I don't know what to do. I get so frustrated because I don't know what to do. And it makes me feel bad about myself. Okay? Is that what y'all wanted to hear? I'm sure the majority of you guys can relate. I mean, it fucks with your self-image. It fucks with your self-image.